Welcome to the Pulse Check podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Sammy. Grab your beverage of choice and let's get right into it.
Welcome back, guys. Today we have a very special guest. Her name's Emmie Johnson. We work with her. She has been a CNA and a PCT for almost 7 years. So, certified nursing assistant and a patient care tech. And we're just so excited for Emmie to be with us today.
Yay, welcome Emmie. How we always start off with what we drank today, energy drink wise.
Perfect.
Emmie, start us off.
I am a peach Red Bull girly through and through. It is my lifeline. I have 1 to 2 a day.
Yes.
It's really bad.
I'm not judging.
Yeah. Peach Red Bull.
Yeah. I love it. How much caffeine are in those?
A lot. I don't know.
I didn't think like Red Bull had a ton.
Maybe
less than 200, I think.
It's for sure.
I thought it was like 200 maybe.
Oh, is it right on the dot? Maybe. I don't know. I always said it was. All I know is it gives you wings. Shout out Red Bull. Sponsor us. Oh, that's so good. Sarah, how about you?
Today I'm drinking the tropical Kirkland energy drink.
Yes.
It's not bad.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You actually like it?
No, I do.
Okay.
I think orange is still my favorite, but
Yeah.
this one, I actually might buy this pack next time.
Okay, and it's $16
So much
at
cheaper.
Costco.
Yeah.
A pack of Alani's is like 22, but Kirkland, they always just be pulling through.
They really do.
We love Costco for her. I'm drinking the Kirkland sparkling peach. However, this morning I did wake up and the first thing that touched my lips was an energy drink.
A different one.
A different one around like 1:30 p.m. today because I did work last night. I woke up, went straight to my fridge and just slurped. And it was beautiful before water. I didn't even think about water and I was very dehydrated. But anyways, anything crazy happen for you guys at work this week?
Well, last night I was in the ER following the ER charge.
Yeah.
And I actually only worked 5 hours. So it was kind of nice.
Isn't that a dream?
It actually was.
Yeah. So what time did you go to bed?
Like 11. And I've, been mentally preparing myself for a whole night of just shadowing the ER charge, I learned so much.
Yeah.
And I think it really did, it's so helpful to be in the ER because it shows what they go through and then the process of a patient coming from the ER to our floor.
Yeah.
So I do like that whole full circle moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked getting to go home.
Good.
So good moment of the week for me.
Guys, while Sarah was resting peacefully in bed, I had 2 patients sundowning at the same time. Crazy. But anyways, how about you?
The last shift that I worked, I was in a 1-to-1 and it was like 5:20 and they just started breathing super labored.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, it hasn't been this labored all night because they had like a little bit of labored breathing throughout the night, but it wasn't that severe. And so the nurse had come in because we were going to possibly give him some more psych meds because he was a little combative.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't think that this is right. So we checked his oxygen. It was like in the 50s. We were like,
oh my gosh.
We were like, oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
So we upped his oxygen. It wasn't budging. It was like staying in like the 50s, 60s range. And we were like, oh, shoot. Okay. So we went and got a simple mask and put that on him. Got up to maybe the 70s.
Oh,
on like 10 liters. And we were like, oh, okay. So we got a non-rebreather. And that got it up to like the 80s maybe. And then we were like, okay, we called respiratory. The respiratory therapist came in and they were like, we should probably just call a rapid.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay. So we called a rapid and they did like an ABG on him. They got like all of his labs, like they did all of the things and he was retaining a bunch of like his CO2 and like wasn't getting oxygen. Like whatsoever. He got rushed down to the ICU. We couldn't I think we got his oxygen up to like 89, 90, 91. But that was on like the highest level of oxygen you could get.
Yes.
And so they were like, we're going to throw him on a BiPAP and ship them down to the ICU.
Oh, shoot.
that was like the last like 10 minutes of my shift.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Yeah, you're kidding.
I was about to go home.
I know. And it's crazy because everything happens during shift change. I swear everything happens like an hour before, like.
Or like right at shift change.
Exactly. Like literally for me this past week, one of my patients at 5 a.m. just starts screaming, yelling at my nurses at my one-to-one that was with that patient too. But it's okay. We got him what he needed, okay? If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You'll get it. But anyways, yeah, it's been a chaotic week. I've had all the same patients for the past 3 nights, and sometimes it's a blessing and sometimes it's a curse. But it's okay. So I'm so happy to be here today. Okay, so yes, finally today we get to interview Emmie Johnson. We're so pumped. She's definitely, not saying that she's like my absolute favorite on the floor, obviously, but like definitely one of the top tier. I love having her as a PCT. She's just so knowledgeable and she's so awesome. But we're going to get to interview her today. Sarah, do you want to start with the first question for her?
Yes. Okay, Emmie. So what originally pulled you into healthcare at such a young stage of your career?
So it was actually one of my friends who was working as a CNA at like this kind of shrinky dinky nursing home. It was really not the greatest of places. The manager was not taking care of the place. And it was very illegal what they were doing there.
Shoot.
But at such a young age, I didn't know that. And I wasn't certified yet because it was during COVID. They were like, we don't care if you're certified or not. Like, just come help. At that point, like, the state didn't require you to be certified right away. And so I just went in, and my first shift, I remember thinking, am I just gonna wipe butts like all the time? Is that gonna be my job?
Right.
And I was like, why would someone want to do this? But then I like actually like started throwing myself into it a little bit more, researching it. And like I always kind of had an interest in healthcare to begin with. Like I think that it's so fascinating, like what the body can do, like all of the things that all
anatomy,
the parts that work together.
all that,
I always thought it was really fascinating, and I took like a bunch of anatomy classes and medical terminology and stuff like that. And so I always had like that interest, and I thought it was a really good way to just like kind of dip my toes in without having to like commit to anything like a certification or like have this bigger job. And it was just kind of there. But yeah, it started there, and then it just blossomed, I guess.
Which, I mean, like, that's such a good point that you say that, because when people, I've realized when people say CNA, people automatically go straight to butt wiping.
Yes.
Like, straight to butt wiping. And it's like, no, like, obviously that's something that we do. Nurses end up doing that too. Like, it's not just a CNA, but it's like, that's the whole idea behind it. Like, people will make jokes like, oh, so you're just butt wiping all day? No. Okay. No, you're not. But that's such a good point. So after 6 years as a CNA and now working as a PCT, what has kept you in it for this long?
I feel like it's just, I have this like need to learn about just the human body and just how everything works and how things can go wrong. And I also just love making even like a slight impact on someone's life in like their darkest days. Like, no one wants to be in the hospital. Like, that's kind of worst case scenario for a lot of people. A lot of people have fears of the hospital or ending up in a home. And so like, if I can make that slightly better for someone, then I want to try. Right. And I just feel like it's just my need to, one, help people, and just, it's so cool. It's like, you learn so much. Like
1,000%.
I've been on the floor for like a little over a year, and I'm still learning so much, and I still see different things, which I think is so fascinating and so cool. And just getting to learn about it, talking to the nurses, like, because when I was in nursing school and stuff, like being like, hey, I don't know what's going on in this unit, like, help me out. And they're so knowledgeable. And like, it's just so cool to be surrounded by people with similar interests and who have gone through the same thing that you're going through. Yes. And I don't know.
Well, that's good. I feel like you have such a positive way of thinking about it,
Yeah.
which isn't always like that. But
No, and the fact that you like learning is so big because
Mhm.
like you said, you're always learning something new. And I feel like that helps keep you in it too.
oh,
Because if you're not
1,000%.
learning or growing in a place, like and you're stagnant, there's no real reason to keep going. So I like that you brought that up.
Mhm.
Next question is, what's been the biggest shift from going to rehab and assisted livings now into the hospital? It's been the biggest shift.
It's a completely different ball game. Like assisted living, rehabs, like long-term care, like it's the same thing every day. You see the same people, like maybe you get a new admit, like a new resident and stuff, but for the most part, you've got like your routine, it's down, like and then the hospital there's just so much unknown. And
Yes.
you never know what you're getting yourself in for.
Yeah.
And it's just so much cooler in the hospital,
Yeah.
personally.
Yes.
Like the amount of things that I get to do that I wouldn't normally get to do in like say a sniff, like I think it's so cool, and just the learning aspect of it. Like I felt so like trapped within like skilled nursing and rehabs because I was like, it's like the same thing.
Yeah,
So,
every single day. Like you're
yeah.
not growing, you're just staying
Exactly.
stagnant pretty much.
Yeah, and like it was easy, but I wanted something more challenging and something where I would actually like grow and learn. And the hospital has done that. Like I absolutely love the hospital scene.
Good. It absolutely keeps you on your toes. It
Oh,
keeps me on my
100%.
toes every day. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen minute by minute. It's pretty thrilling.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're now like into that, I guess, hospital setting, what's something that you wish more nurses understood about the PCT role?
PCTs do a lot of like the basic cares, but we're also, I feel like, yes, nurses notice like slight shifts in like the patient's stability or their demeanor, like whatever it might be. But I feel like the PCTs are in there so much doing all the basic cares and everything that we tend to see like a lot of the shifts in that, even if it's super, super slight. And I feel like sometimes it might be a little frustrating because some nurses are like, oh, that's fine. Like, but we're like, no, like that's not what they were doing like 20 minutes ago. Like that's
Right.
not normal. And I feel like since we're in there so often, like especially with those patients that just keep calling and calling and calling, like it's super easy to recognize those shifts. And I feel like a lot of the times, like some of the nurses, I'm not going to say all of them, but some of the nurses kind of just write it off as if like that's fine, like whatever. And then it might like develop into something more later on.
Sure.
And I feel like PCTs are really good at recognizing like when their patients start to decline or whatever it
Deteriorate
might be.
a little. Yeah. That's actually such a good point. I didn't even think about that. Like you guys are definitely in there a lot more than we are. And like when you guys tell us or something like with the blood pressure, like it's skyrocketed or whatever, I do think, and I know I've been guilty of this before too. And I'm like, well, what's their blood pressure goal? I'm like, oh, it's below it. I'll go check in a second. But you bring up a really good point on like how often you guys are in there compared to us, because you guys are in there doing so many more things like for the specific patient and like their needs and like taking care of them. And then we come in and we give them their meds and we do our assessment. Like we try to make sure to like get our eyes on them as well. But you brought up a fantastic point that you guys are in there quite a bit and like notice those things way quicker than we do, for sure.
No, that's true. Do you feel like nurses could respect PCTs more? Like I know a lot of people talk about the relationship with doctors and nurses. Like how would you say the relationship with nurses and PCTs? How would you?
I feel like I'm gonna speak like specific. Oh my gosh, specifically
Big words.
our unit.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the nurses really do respect the PCTs.
Yeah.
I feel like elsewhere that I have worked, it's been a little bit harder because the nurses are like, well, you're like under me. Like, why are you telling me these things? Like, I have like more authority in a sense. And so I feel like other places it might be more difficult. I feel like on our floor, like a lot of the nurses have a great connection with the PCTs.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like a lot of the nurses recognize that PCTs actually do a lot of the stuff that the nurses might not want to do.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Like,
For real.
I feel like a lot of the units, like in our hospital specifically, wouldn't survive without like PCTs. It would be
Oh, 1,000%.
it would be so chaotic.
Yes.
Because the nurses would then have like 10 times the work.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not 10 times.
We
but
need you guys. It's so true. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, oh my gosh, I could not imagine a shift without you guys. Seriously. It's,
Well, I try
I
to
feel so
thank
grateful.
my PCTs because I like
yes.
there's no way. And so I
Oh.
hope I hope that like you said, the relationship in the hospital is better than other places, and I hope that that's true. But
Yeah.
I'm so grateful
For,
you guys.
for real.
We're such a team.
My heart is like
Yeah.
racing about like thinking about a shift without a PCT.
No.
The amount of times I would have to get a patient up to the bathroom just by myself while I have like 4 other patients
Yeah.
deteriorating at the same time. Like, what is happening? Yeah, no, I feel so grateful. So I totally understand. Okay, so how with this role, we see a lot of like unfortunate things.
Mhm.
Yep. A lot of
Yep.
emotional things for sure. And it can be hard on our own emotional health for sure. How do you handle the emotional weight of the job, especially as someone as early as you are into your career?
I feel like when I very first started, I had this like false sense of, oh, I'm never gonna see anyone die. Like
Right.
I'm never gonna have to encounter that. Like I was so young and kind of naive, like especially being so young in healthcare, which is like it's kind of scary to think about now that I was 15, like
Yeah.
helping all these people.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I did not know what to do with myself. I was like, I just saw someone die. Like I was there for their last breath. Like what am I supposed to feel? And it was so confusing for such a long time of like, what am I supposed to feel in this like situation?
Yeah.
I feel like now, since I've matured and I've been around it a lot more, I would not say that I'm like desensitized to it at all. I don't think I ever will be, but I definitely try to, like, if I have a really bad shift, I drive home in complete silence and I just kind of let myself feel whatever emotions come up and just sometimes cry it out. Sometimes I do have to put on like a screaming song so I can just like get those emotions out whatever way I can.
Yeah.
And then I just try and take it easy the next day. Like say I have the next day off, I just try to take it a little bit easier, not try to overload myself with things just in case some of those emotions come back up.
Yeah.
I just try to take it a little bit easy on myself because those things do affect you, like whether you think they do or not, whether you've been on the job for like 15 years or 5 days, like it'll affect you regardless. It affects everyone differently, but personally, that's what I do.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't think it's the
No,
best,
I think-
but I think everyone has their own way.
Yes, but I think that's so good though because like you need to get it out. So if that's you driving home crying, like sometimes I won't even notice this, but I'll just be driving home in complete silence. Like I won't even, it's so crazy because I'll barely even remember my drive home when I get home. I'll be like, did I run through a stop sign? I don't even remember how I got here, but I'll just drive home silently just because of how long of a shift that was and how stimulated you are for 12 and a half hours. And then seeing the things that you see, like, I think that's so smart to just take a break, take a breath, take it all in what you saw, like, know that it's not okay, but like that you're going to be okay. So I think how you do it is actually very healthy. So at least you're getting it out. At least you're getting it out in some way. So I think that's so good. Yeah, no.
And we all, like Sammy said, we all have different ways, and you already know your way. Like if you weren't doing something, I'd be concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
Like anyone who doesn't do something.
Yeah.
Because then that means you're just keeping it all down, and one day you're gonna explode.
Exactly.
So,
Yes, and they're
do
like,
the thing that works for you.
Like you can't just numb. It's so easy, just like numb yourself. And I don't think people realize how like you kind of have to numb those emotions during your shift, and then all of a sudden just let them all out, which can be really unhealthy in some ways, but you got to get it out somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Preferably before you get on the next shift.
Exactly. Please,
like,
guys,
don't
please.
bring it back to
No.
work. Like whatever emotions you had on your last shift, leave that when you're on the drive home, and then the next shift you're starting empty.
Yes.
Because you're gonna fill up with emotions.
Yes.
Yeah. But okay, Emmie, so what made you want to go to nursing school in the first place? And I know you said you're considering other careers.
Yeah, just keeping my options open, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel so indecisive when it comes to like long-term decision making, like something that'll really affect my life.
Yeah.
And so it's so difficult, like trying to like be like, oh, in 5 years, where do I want to be? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
but I was originally in pre-med at SUU, so like down south, like a ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated it. I absolutely despised it. I thought about it and I was like, do I really want to be in school for like 12 years?
Oh, seriously.
And then have to pick a specialty? What if I hate it?
Yeah.
And I just hate my job, hate my life, like whatever. And so I moved back home and I was like, okay, what to do now? And so I applied for nursing school. I got in and I was like, okay, I like the sound of nursing better because it's a lot more flexible. I can, like, if I hate what I'm doing, I can always just switch to a different specialty or, like, kind of try, like, the soft nursing or, like, do, like, more hardcore stuff. Like, it's just so flexible with anything and everything you might want to do. And so I liked the idea of that a lot better. But ever since I was a kid, I was like, I'm going to be on an ambulance. Like, I want to be a paramedic. Like, so I'm like, should I? But, like, the turnover rates, I just don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which totally, like, makes sense. Pre-med is,
It was awful.
Like, just-
it was so bad.
that sounds terrible.
Like,
I'm
expensive,
so
and if
sorry.
You, like you said, if you hate it, 12 years of your life.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Like,
Kind of
disgusting. I
Yeah.
can't even imagine that. Yeah, that's I totally understand that. Do you feel like working in the hospital now, like as a PCT, has like changed your view on nursing?
I feel like it's showed me a different side of nursing.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that it changed my perspective. It just showed me like what all is out there. Because the nurses that I worked with in like the skilled nursing homes or like the rehab centers and stuff, like it's a very different ballgame. And so like I feel like it just showed me a different side to nursing that I didn't really think of considering until working in a hospital.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, I guess I can just work in skilled nursing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Ugh.
But now that I work in a hospital, I'm like, oh, dude, this is sick. Like,
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
do this too. Like,
Yes, yeah.
And talking with a lot of the nurses, like, they've kind of shown me, like, different paths that I could take.
Yes.
I could advance my career, like, NP, like, do any of those things. Like, there's so many different options, and it's not just limited to either a hospital or a nursing home.
Yes, no, exactly.
Which I originally thought that it was.
Right.
Like, but, yeah.
So do you feel like you'd be more interested in like the ER route then?
100%.
Is that yeah? Okay.
Love
That would be your first, because
Yeah.
guys, for everyone that knows Emmie knows, like, she looks and the personality is just like gives off ER. Like, she is so cool. She's just so awesome. So yeah, and she's just is amazing in chaos. So she would thrive there, but I think that would be a great route for you for sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's do. I mean, we kind of talked. So your ideal career in healthcare would be ER.
It would be ER for a couple years, but like now that I think about it, like end goal maybe like flight nursing. I think that would be so cool to be like,
Sick.
on a helicopter. Like,
Yes.
being the first one there.
She's like, it'd be so cool to be like on a helicopter.
Dude, can you blame me? That
I
would
love
be
it.
so
No,
cool.
that's so
Like
awesome.
putting an NIV in the sky.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, like
What a dream.
10,000 feet up. You're like,
What a
And
dream.
you're like looking at the sunset. Like the patient obviously is in critical condition,
Yeah.
but you're like flying.
you're
over
like,
the
wow, it's
mountains.
beautiful. You're like, guys, look it over here, and they're like, he's deteriorating. Like, you need to look. Start performing CPR right now.
But like, you'd be so good at that. 'Cause
Yes.
You, like you think really quickly and you pick up on things. Like I'm so grateful all the times you call me and you're like, the blood pressure is this and like respiratory rate is this. Which,
Yeah.
you know, you have to be able to pick up on all the little things with like critical situations.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Do you feel like, going back to nursing school topic, do you feel like because you've already put so much time into it that there's like a pressure in staying in it, especially with people that know that you're in nursing school?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that there is like this expectation almost to, once you're in nursing school, like if you don't complete it, like, oh, like what's wrong with you?
Like you failed?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
are you not smart enough or something?
Right.
Like I feel like there's just this like unspoken expectation to complete it. Like, and if you can't, like, oh, that says something about you, you know?
Yes.
But like even with like my family or friends or whatever, like I don't want to let them down almost.
I totally
it's,
understand.
It's
yeah.
so hard because it's like, okay, so I've already done like a couple semesters of nursing school, but what if I wanted to change careers and then all that money's like quote unquote wasted on that, and then
which is so much money. Oh my gosh.
Yes. But then also like the pressure from like your peers and like your coworkers and stuff, like I feel like if I were to, like, I know this isn't the case, but like in my mind, if I decided not to do nursing, I feel like there would be like maybe some silent judgment from like people who maybe are nurses or who have gone through it, because they're like, well, I did it, so like why can't you? Like, you know, like I don't know.
I will judge you. Yes, just kidding.
I know.
No, I mean absolutely not. No. I will never judge anyone that's like, you know what? Nursing, not for me. I'll be like, you know what? I salute you. Good for you.
Like,
get out while you can. Just kidding. I love nursing, you guys. I love it. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what would you tell anyone who's in nursing school but like questioning it, but not wanting to like tell other people that they're questioning it? What would you like? What's your advice to them?
I would say, like, even if you don't want to talk about it, talking about it is the best way to like figure it out almost. Like talking to people who especially have been through like the program or anything like that. I feel like they have such good insight on what it's like and can understand and sympathize with you. Like say you're really just drowning and struggling in nursing school and you're like, is this for me? Like talking to someone who has gone through the program like has helped me even, and like they understand your stressors, they understand what you're going through. But like if you're in a program and you're like, ooh, like nursing's just not for me, like I don't like this, but you're like feeling the pressure to stay in, I feel like you should maybe choose a different route. I feel like if someone is in nursing school and they're like, they know that this is just not for them, but they don't want to like quit, I feel like those are the kinds of nurses who maybe don't have their heart and soul in the job. And I feel like that's so important to be passionate about the job, because when you're not passionate, it just sucks.
It's
like
1,000%.
it just really sucks.
Yes.
And you don't want to be the reason that like a patient like deteriorates or anything like that.
Yes.
And so if your heart and soul isn't in it, I feel like maybe like look at different career paths that can still be in medicine, but specifically if nursing is not for you, like don't hesitate to like
do something
let yourself choose something else.
Yeah, I totally agree with that for sure. Okay, so I feel like with healthcare, a lot of people romanticize it. Like, oh, they're thinking cute scrubs. They're thinking energy drinks. You get all the cute things, some cute compression socks, everything beautiful, butterflies and rainbows in the world, okay? What do you feel like people romanticize about healthcare that like just is not real?
I feel like people think it's like the movies and the shows. It is nothing like any of them that I've seen, besides like The Pit. I think you mentioned that before.
I love The Pit.
It's so good.
I love The Pit.
Some shifts seriously look like it.
Yes, I'm like, that's exactly what happens.
Yes. And so many people don't understand the actual stress that goes into the job. Like, you walk out of one room and you just had to run a code or something. You have to walk into the next room with a smile on your face and pretend like nothing happened. Like, it's so mentally taxing, and I feel like people are like, oh, but it's easy, like you're a nurse, like whatever, that's all the doctor's doing.
Right.
What?
Like, I know.
I know. No, it's
like,
all the nurses.
I actually
like
have no
PCTs.
idea where the doctor was. So I paged him like 50 million times.
Contact them too.
No.
You're like, people might contact you. You don't even know, you haven't even laid eyes on this patient.
Exactly.
You know, you're just doing your
yes. Yeah.
I feel like people think that it's all the doctors doing all of the decision making, and like in a sense it is, but the reason that they're even making those decisions is because the nurses and the PCTs are like, hey, this is what
letting
you need to
them
do.
know. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, that's so real. That is so true. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. So what has this job taught you about yourself?
I feel like it's taught me that I'm a lot more patient than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Especially working on the unit that we do. It has taught me to be so patient because we have a lot of patients who tend to sundown and old mimas who are just like so confused.
I love that.
That's my favorite term ever, Mima. I love that.
And it's taught me to be so patient with them because they don't know what's going on.
No
and
idea.
So they're just confused. And so if you try to rush them, like they're just gonna get mad and even more confused. So I've learned to be really, really patient.
Yeah.
And especially with myself too, like getting overwhelmed is so easy in the healthcare setting and specifically in a hospital. And so being patient with myself, like taking a second to like see where I'm at and like kind of mentally checking myself a little and just being like, hey, everything's fine. Just take a couple breaths and try again. Like,
yes,
you got it, basically. So I feel like just patience overall.
that's good. Yeah, I would. You really learn patience in ours for sure. Because you have to speak like so slowly and so gently just to like make sure the situation doesn't get way de-escalated, like, or escalated. What's the term?
Yeah,
Escalate.
like you
Escalated?
are trying to de-escalate the
I'm
situation.
yeah.
Being escalated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is happening? Yes,
Just
but
worked last night.
yeah, sorry guys, so sorry. But yeah, so like you also like you're trying to calm down the patient, but you're also at the same time trying to calm down yourself because you're like, I don't know, it's just slowing down the heart rate is so important. Okay, now the goods.
Ooh.
Craziest or most chaotic shift moment that you can share.
I am kind of stuck between two.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm so excited. Which one will she choose?
I don't know if it's like necessarily considered chaotic, but it was like the ones that were the craziest that stuck with me. It would either have to be my first time doing chest compressions on somebody.
Oh.
That was so rattling and
Yeah.
just so insane. Or a different time that a patient accidentally overdosed and we had to call a code. Like a code or like a rapid.
Yes. Okay, the rapid response. Talk about that.
Yes. So it was my very first rapid response that we had to call. And I had just gotten on shift and I took this lady's blood pressure and it was like 60/30. Like it was really low.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
really low. And she had just gotten onto the unit like 30 minutes prior and her blood pressure 30 minutes ago was fine.
Yeah.
And so we were like,
Scary.
okay, that's like a really big drop.
Yes.
And so we took like 4 other blood pressures. We took them on both arms and both of her legs and they were all reading like relatively the same number.
Okay.
And so we got a manual. We were like, that can't be right. Same number. Like
Oh gosh.
around there.
Yeah.
And so we were like, okay, we're just going to call a rapid. Like, we're not
Yeah.
even going to go jump through all the hoops of contacting the provider. Like, her blood pressure is low.
Right.
And come to find out, she had taken one of the medications that we were going to give her at home, but she told us that she didn't take it. And so we gave it to her as well. And so she was like actively overdosing on this medication.
Yeah.
And so we had to give her like Narcan and stuff.
Oh
and, like,
shoot.
I was a little upset because like the provider was like yelling at the nurse.
Oh my gosh.
Not even that it was the nurse's fault. Like the nurse did not know. And it
No.
was the day shift nurse. Like she had just gotten onto the unit. Like
Oh.
and the provider was like screaming at this
My
nurse.
heart.
And the nurse was like in tears. And I was like, dude, that's not her fault
No.
at all. Like she was told that she didn't take that medication at home.
Yeah.
So like what are you expecting her to do?
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
It was
That's so dumb.
and then it just threw off my entire shift.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And then you said like the first time performing CPR on someone.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand what that's like.
How
you should talk
gruesome.
about that.
It is so gruesome. Like what they do in the movies and stuff, that's not how it is.
No.
You are breaking ribs, breaking the sternum. Like you are going 2 inches into someone's chest.
Yeah.
It is violent.
It's a workout.
It really is.
You are in a sweat.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is so violent, and I feel like if people actually saw what chest compressions were like, they would probably vomit. Like, it's gnarly. Mm-hmm. And being, especially the first one on the chest, and breaking those ribs and breaking those bones, like, it's the most disgusting feeling.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you need to do it, but it's so hard to want to because of that feeling and, like, the sounds, and it's just so violent.
Yeah.
Like, and it really sticks with you.
Yes.
Forever.
Like, feeling that, you're just like, I remember the first time I ever did it, it was in a nursing home when I was a CNA. And it was like, I will never forget the feeling of a rib breaking. Like, you almost want to, like,
yes.
but then you have to, like, keep going, and you're just, like, stressed, and your adrenaline's rushing, and then it's absolutely chaotic.
Yeah.
So
And
I
then
totally
you wake
get
up
that.
the next morning and you're sore, and
Yeah.
you know why you are, and so then
Yeah.
it just, like, kind of
Yes.
brings it all back.
And it's, like, so hard to explain to other people, like, if you're, like, mentally drained that day.
Oh my
or
gosh.
just
Yeah.
physically not feeling the greatest. It's,
Yeah.
like, so hard to be like, yeah, I did CPR last night. And they're like, okay. And
They
you're
don't
like,
get
no,
it.
but, like, I did
Yes.
CPR last night.
Yeah.
And they're just like, all right.
Yeah. You're like, you don't get it.
do not understand.
Yeah. Like, I legit had to, like, restart a heart.
On my
And-
own.
Yeah, I know. And like,
Manually.
have you ever, and you just like want to strangle them, and you're like, have you ever felt a rib break in your life? Like, it's just, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that. Did you want to talk about your experience?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of, like, similar for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, especially the first time doing it, because I think I was like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And I, like, had school the next day, and I was like, how do I go to school knowing that, like, I just broke someone's, like, whole chest cavity?
No, I know.
Like,
It's terrible.
and,
It's
like,
so bad.
They didn't end up making it either. And so
Yeah.
I was like, so all of that effort was, like, for nothing. Like, I wanted to save them so bad, but I only could do as much as I can.
Exactly.
You know? And so it was like, it felt like I almost did it wrong because I was like, I couldn't save them. Like, I
Yeah.
thought this was supposed to, like,
Save.
them.
Uh-huh.
And when it didn't, like, I felt like it was my fault, and I felt like their death was almost on my hands.
Like a
And I was
guilt.
like, oh my gosh, like, and that rattled me for a really long time until I kind of realized, like, oh, like, I did the best that I could
Exactly.
with what I had.
Which
like,
is, yeah.
yeah, it was really traumatic.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about your parking lot experience?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll end it off with this banger because it's crazy. So yeah, we'll
It
end off with
really
this one.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was just a normal shift, and I was training someone that night, and I think Sarah was my nurse that night, like one of them.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
she was-
sure.
This is
Yeah.
perfect.
And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go on break. I told my trainee, like, hey, we're gonna go on break at the same time, so we get back at the same time. So
Yeah.
like, you don't have all of these patients and you don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
You know?
Before
And-
training.
And so we go on break. I always like to go out to my car. I like to get out of the fluorescent lighting and
Yes.
just the hospital air, just get some fresh
For
air,
real.
like roll my windows down and just blast the AC and just be outside. Like,
Yes.
it makes me feel better, and it's almost like a reset halfway through my shift.
Yeah.
And so I do what I normally do. I grab some food from the cafeteria. I go out to my car, and I'm just sitting there, and this guy is walking by. I don't really pay him any attention because I'm like, oh, like, whatever. He looks like a nurse. It looks like he's wearing, like, blue scrubs and a blue top. Like, it looks like he's a nurse.
The
But he has, like,
buildup is crazy.
yeah, he has a jacket on, so I can't really see if he has, like, a badge or anything.
Yeah.
And he waves at me, and he's like, hey, like, oh, you, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hi. And I was like, where do I know him from? Like, I got floated the other day. Is that a nurse from up there? Like, how do I know him?
Yeah.
And I was so confused, and I was, like, racking my brain. I was like, where is this guy from? And how does he know me? And so he, like, comes over to my window, and I'm like, hey.
What you doing?
I roll it down, like, the tiniest crack, and I'm like, hey. And he was like, hey, how are you doing? Like, I haven't seen you in a while. And I was like, who are you?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, like it's been so long.
Going along with
Trying
it.
to act like you knew them. Yes.
Because I was like, I feel so bad
had
if
no
this
idea.
is someone I'm supposed to know.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I'm just like sitting there and he's just talking to me. He's like, yeah, like I was just doing this and this tonight, like whatever, talking about his day. And then he was like, what's this building right here? And I was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Like red flags and
Yeah,
red alarms are going off in my
exactly.
head. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what do you think it is?
Yeah.
He was like, it's the data center, right? And I was like, yeah.
Sure.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, think about all the ways that I redirect dementia patients.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Do
how
you
I
know where you
de-escalate?
are?
How many fingers am I holding up? Like, what's your name? What's your birthday?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so like, do you work here? And I was
Oh.
like, no.
That's, yeah.
And he was like, wait, what is this place? I thought it was the data center. And I was like, it's a hospital.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you can go in it if you need to.
I think you should go in.
Actually.
You see that emergency room sign? Walk
Right-
in
right
there.
And he was like, oh, cool. Do you, like, what floor do you work on? And I was like, oh, I work in, like, the sports med.
That's
like,
good. Good
around
job,
the corner.
Emmie.
Like,
Good
I don't
job.
I don't even think it's connected to,
No.
like, our hospital. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's, like, a couple blocks away.
Yes.
And he was like, do you know where the nearest gas station is? And I was like, way down that way.
Yeah.
Like, pointing the
Keep
opposite
walking.
direction. He was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was like, do you want to know what I did today? And I was like,
No.
sure. Like, because I didn't want to make him mad. Cause,
Oh,
like,
exactly.
He's
Yes.
like jittery and,
And he's, like, up
kind
in
of,
your
like,
grill.
Yeah, and he's like right in my window.
Yes.
Like, I only have it down like a crack, but he's like right there.
Ugh.
And I'm like, So he was like, yeah, I got in this crazy fight with this guy earlier, and I took care of him, if you know what I mean. And he like,
You're like, I don't know what you mean.
well, he like puts up hand signals as if he's like signaling like a firearm, and I was like, oh, what? And so at that point, I'm like, oh, I really need to go into work now. It's been so nice talking to you. And he's
Yes.
like, well, wait, can I smoke a cigarette real quick? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to go in smelling like cigarettes. Like, no. And he was like, oh, but it'll be real quick. And I was like, you can do it over there. And I'm like
Yes.
pointing away from my car.
Yeah.
He was like, do you have a lighter? And I was like, no. Like,
Oh my gosh.
and then he pulls out this bag just filled to the brim with like pills and powder. And I was like, what?
Oh,
in the world?
no.
He was like,
Yeah.
I've got the good stuff if you want it. And I was like, I'm okay. I
Yeah.
really need to go into work
I
now.
love the offer. I'm gonna have to pass.
Yeah, maybe next time. I don't know. And at this point, it's been like an hour since I've been on break. We only get 30-minute breaks. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, someone has to have noticed that I've been gone
Exactly,
forever.
yes.
Especially like, because I'm training someone.
Yes.
And I finally get him to like kind of walk away from my car, and I just roll up my window and I wait a second and I watch him, and there's like little bushes like out front of our hospital, and he hides behind one.
Oh.
And I see him like peeking around the corner of the bush like periodically, and I'm like,
My heart is racing. Yes.
I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I'm not getting out of my car. Like, because we
No.
have like the emergency buttons like that you can go outside and press.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not risking that.
Uh-uh.
I was
No.
like, I don't know if that like has to call someone and then I have to talk to him, but I'm not going to be out there long enough to find out.
Exactly.
And so I go into the ambulance bay as close as I can to the hospital, and I try to use my Vocera, and I'm like, hey, like call security, because I didn't know what to do with the guy. Like,
No.
I was like, do I call the cops or do I just call security?
Yeah.
Because he was also saying that he was going to try and go in and stuff, and at that point he had moved away from the bush and was like yanking on the doors, like
What the heck?
like by the employee
Oh,
entrance,
okay,
like
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
And I like was like right next to him almost, and I'm like, call security,
Yes.
like on my Vocera.
Yeah.
And I finally get connected because I'm close enough, and they're like, call the cops, we'll be out there in a minute. And so I go back to my parking spot that I was in, like
Good.
right under the light and
Yes.
stuff. And then he goes back to the bush. And I'm like, no,
Oh.
like leave me alone.
Yeah.
And so I call the cops and I'm like, hey, this guy's trying to sell me drugs and I think he's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And so I swear, like 7 cop cars come flying in like 3 minutes later.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah, you're like,
that's
okay,
serious.
I like how responsive you guys are.
I was like, okay, cool. Like,
Yeah.
all right. Like lights and sirens like in the ambulance bay.
Oh my gosh.
And they find the guy and they're like talking to him. A cop comes and finds me in my car and he's like, are you good? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, am I supposed to be good? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling right now because I don't know what could have happened. Like,
yes.
I didn't know if he had any weapons on him, but I knew he had drugs on him.
Yes.
And I knew he was on drugs.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Like, his pupils were huge.
Yeah.
And so the cop's like talking to me and he was like, do you want to write a statement? Like, do you want to press charges? And I was like, should I? Like, 'cause he didn't really do anything to me, like, to like hurt me or anything.
Right.
So like, do I press charges?
Right.
He was like, well, it can be like a harassment charge against a healthcare worker, which I didn't realize they actually took way more serious than I had thought they would.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
They take it so serious because like we're all like cops and firefighters and nurses, like anyone that works in a hospital, like they're all like kind of like a close-knit community.
Totally.
Almost.
Yes. Yeah.
And so he was like, you can press charges. I would recommend you press charges. Oh. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll press charges.
Sir. You know, since you said that, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. And he was like, okay, I'll just need you to write a statement. And so once they have like the guy, there's like 5 cops with this guy now.
Oh, wow.
And like our security guards and like everyone's out there. And they're like searching him and I see them searching him and I'm like, ooh, was this a good idea? Like, what if he's like mad and like, what if he like retaliates, like comes back at some point? Like,
good point.
It was like kind of scary because I was like, do I continue to go out to my car for fresh air?
I know.
Like,
do I go outside for lunch anymore? No.
I'm like, I don't know if this was a good idea to like press charges. But I'm writing the report, like the statement with the cop, and the guy starts screaming at me. And he was like, I was gonna kill you. I was gonna kill you. And I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm sitting there like shaking because I'm like, he was gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Like, and all of the adrenaline's kind of wearing off now that he's like in custody. And so I'm like shaking and the cop's like, are you good? I was like, no.
Are you hearing what he's saying to me right now?
Yeah, he was like, just ignore him. And I was like, okay, yeah, let me just like plug my ears.
Yeah, shoot, like, my bad.
And he was like, are you like in shock or something? Do you need to go to the hospital? And I was like, we're at a hospital.
Yeah, you're just like, bring me to my floor.
Literally. And I asked them, I was like, can you walk me up to my floor so that my charge nurse doesn't get mad at me for being like, taking so long? Because I didn't want them to think that I was just gone forever.
Yes.
And so the cops and our security guards walked me upstairs. And the charge nurse that night was like, oh, I didn't even notice you were gone. Oh my gosh. And so, yeah.
He's like thinking you're getting arrested.
Yeah, that's what I was scared of. I was like, wait, maybe this doesn't look great.
Yeah, they like, you should have been like, yeah, put me in handcuffs and bring me up there. Just say you're arresting me so I can go home for the rest of my shift.
Right. But as we were going up, I was like asking the cop, I was like, so like, did he have anything on him? And he was like, yeah, he had a lot of knives and he had like an 8-inch long machete. I was like, whoa, what? And he was like, I fully believe that he would have hurt you if you got out of your car.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, wow.
Yeah. My trainee was great though that night.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she just like took care of the team. She was like, yeah, I was a little worried for you. Yeah. I was like, yeah, it's just a normal night, you know?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's my parking lot
That's
story.
crazy. I mean, I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're with us today.
Me too.
Thank goodness for that. Yeah. Well, but anyways, on that note, happy Nurses Week. Happy Mother's Day this weekend.
Go tell your mother,
that you love her. Happy Mother's Day, and use up those nurse discounts that you can get. Wow, that's crazy. I don't even know how we leave on that. But anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.